So today we have a short look at this Fuber 20 kilowatt side thruster. This is not just a side thruster, this is a rim thruster. That's because the motor is integrated in the outer ring of the propeller. So the propeller is driven directly by the electric motor, which is extremely efficient, of course, so there's no transmission. So also no noise on this, so it's really quiet and really precise. Because the motor is on the outer ring of the propeller, there's a lot of torque available, so the whole ranges of the motor can be used for producing torque. So if you compare this with a traditional side thruster, you always have this piece. So what is this doing? It has two functions. It changes the direction of the rotation, so you need gears for that. It also reduces the speed of the motor to the speed of the propeller by a ratio, maybe ratio 2, sometimes it's 1 for side thrusters. Transmission like this also means a reduction of 10-15% of power. With efficiency we mean how the electrical input power from the batteries relates to the actual thrust we put in the water. So these typically have an efficiency loss of 15%. With a rim thruster you don't have that loss, so efficiency typically is 56%. So that's really 20% higher than traditional thrusters. So for applications that use the thruster a lot, like for example autonomous vessels, but actually it can be any vessel, yeah, these 20% extra efficiency are really significant. Fuber makes side thrusters in the range of 1 kilowatt up to 20 kilowatts. So this one is the biggest one. In between we have 8 other models. Voltage mostly is 48 volt, but like this one is a 96 volt version. So you might wonder, why is the voltage so high? Well, for 20 kilowatts thruster, 96 volts means more than 200 amps, and you really don't want to push it to 300 amps or higher. This one has a propeller of 25 centimeters. The smallest one, the 1 kilowatt version, is 110 centimeters. The whole thing is a bit bigger than the 25 centimeters propeller diameter. The whole thing is like 34 centimeters. And the width, for your information, is 27 centimeters. What can you expect from a 20 kilowatt rim thruster? Well, huge torque, about 85 newton meters. This one spins up to 1800 rpm, and the thrust can be up to 230 kilograms, which is huge. This one weighs 50 kilograms, the smallest one, so the 1 kilo one is 6 kilograms. So 50 kilograms, I should be able to lift it, but it's hard. If you look how small this is for a 20 kilowatt electric propulsion system, and I really mean a system because this is the motor, but it is also the transmission and the propeller. It's so compact compared to traditional thrusters. So we have a stainless steel propeller. Here the stator is also stainless steel, and then we have an aluminum housing. So Fuber has multiple adapter pieces to use this as a thruster. They have an adapter flange that replaces this piece, and then it has exactly the diameter of the tube, so you can weld it in. They also have like boxes, adapter boxes, so you can just put this box in the tube and build a new tube. Actually, you can also build it out of the hill. I'll show you some example pictures of that. So electrically you better put the battery close to the thruster. So if you have a bow and a stern thruster, you better use 2 batteries in a bigger boat, and then the battery goes directly to the motor controller. This is not the exact model for this rim, but doesn't matter. You see here connections for battery minus, battery plus, and then it converts the battery power to a 3-phase power, and this 3-phase power is controlled by the control panel, and the control panel gives signals, and they come in here. You also have motor feedback here. You also have temperature control here. So this is signal wires, 3-phase, and battery plus and minus. You hang somewhere in the boat on a dry spot close to the batteries. So we have the battery, we have the motor controller, we have the control panel, and then we have the motor itself and how is it wired up. It's very simple. One big cable comes here. This is IP68 stainless piece. It's one big 3-phase cable. So I'll end this video with some recordings from the fabric in China, and here you see some main advantages of the 15 kilowatt thruster. It's a typical Chinese way of advertising. Love it or hate it, but I'm a fan. Thanks for watching.